Hello, you are welcome to Oyekan TV, Oyekan Oluwole TV, where we try to solve poverty in Nigeria and lead many to heaven. This channel is doing much to humanity, and this time we want to continue with our program. But for the month, today we assume that we are already in the month of May, so we are taking this new topic. Previously, we deal with old age. We deal with old people in this our channel. So we talk about problems that old people face and how we can help them. We talk about challenges, what old people really want. We talk about, as in, people stop calling them winch. These people are more loving, more caring than you and I, but they are so bold to say some words straight. That is why we feel that they are winch. We talk about old people extensively, so much. But this month, this new month that we are about to enter in, we want to go to one powerful topic. The topic stems from this verse again. Let's go back to this verse again. Matthew chapter 25. Matthew chapter 25. What topic do we want to be running throughout the month of May? Throughout the month of May. What topic do we want to be looking at? Matthew chapter 25. Let's see where the topic would come out. When the Son of Man shall come in the glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his angel, and before him shall be gathered all nations. All nations mean nobody shall be excluded. You understand? All nations mean nobody shall be excluded. Before him shall be gathered all nations, all people, everybody. Let's see our topic for throughout this month. Let's see where it will come from. Let's see where it will come from. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a sheep divide the sheep from the goats. And he, 33, and he shall set to the sheep on his right hand, but the goat on the left hand. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the earth. Now, what will make God tell the sheep that come ye? He said, For I was hungry, and you gave me food, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you took me in. Then shall the righteous answer and say, When shall we? You see, that is the verse. So let me go ahead formally and announce what we'll be running across. What we'll be running across this month is, I was sick and you visit me. I was sick and you visit me. I was sick and you visit me. So we'll be running across topic like setting up foundation to take care of sick and disabled people. We'll be talking on doing everything to care for weak, marginalized people. We'll be talking about raising money for foundation to, cater for people wheelchairs. Because Jesus Christ said one of the criteria to enter heaven is I was sick and you visit me. I was sick. So sickness in this month, sickness is so much. Sickness, in fact, poverty. Poverty is still sickness. World Health Organization defines sickness as anything that is the comfort of your body, anything that is the well-being of human being. Well-being there talk about poverty. Well-being there talk about every good thing. Everything that is well-being of individual is sickness. So that is what we'll be talking across all these months and so on. So let's go into it. So I have defined sickness. Now, I like us to know before we go into it that sickness does not just happen to anybody. In the beginning, when God created Adam and Eve, God told them that he gave them everything to only eat. There was no drugs, there was nothing. So it is the aftermath of what you do that brings sickness to you. It is the aftermath of what you and I do that brings sickness to either me or you. You see, sickness is not just only what me I do that brings sickness to me. What you two you do could bring sickness to me too. So that is why we will now leave sickness today and now go into poverty, now go into love, now go into some extension of what we can do to tackle the root causes of sickness. You see, sickness, to solve sickness does not mean we give person paracetamol and this. We need to take care of the environment, remove some shit, remove some faces, remove some debris, remove some this thing, so that well-being will come naturally. That is what we are talking about today. I think you are liking this thing because sickness is what we are talking about. We have talked about prison. If you want to listen to prison, I took 4 hours, 4 hours each day, each Sunday, for 4 hours to talk about only those in prison, because God said I was in prison and He visited me. So I talked extensively on those in prison, and we went into that month and look at lives in prison. We saw a lot of things. Today we are talking, going deeply on sickness, disability, misfortune, all those kind of things. So poverty is real in Nigeria. In fact, the reason why sickness is more common with those in slum, those in ghetto, is because the environment is dirty. The environment is not conducive. So before you even talk about sickness, poverty still come into the line. Lebo saklo barata. Poverty still come into the line to tackle poverty so that you will give wholeness to the people of the community. Remember, this church does not talk about individuals. This church is not talking about how can only me be healed. This church is not talking about how can everything go well with me. This church is talking about the well-being of Nigeria, the well-being of the world. God said, let your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. So the will of God should be done on earth as it is done in heaven. Matthew chapter 6 verse 10. Our Father, you art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let the will of God be done here on earth. Jesus Christ did not say, only me should be well. Only me. So we are considering removing, lifting up poverty, lifting up those roots of sickness. Today being the first Sunday. We are talking about definition of time and lifting up those roots of sickness. Those things that can cause sickness. Thereafter, we'll go about and looking at the cure of this sickness and all of those things. How we could come in as charity organization. You know, I'm the vice president of the Waycom Foundation. Thank you very much. Now, let's go into it. Problem everywhere. There is killing, there is kidnapping, there is horrible things. In fact, it is... I made a video the other time. I used over 20 minutes to talk about why all Nigerians should become medical doctors of themselves. Because it is so impossible for you to be in Nigeria and not sick. It is so impossible for you to be in Africa and not sick because of the evil, nefarious activities, poverty, theft, malnutrition, dirtiness. Everything is feasible in our environment. Nigerians accommodate the greatest number of poor people, and poverty is synonymous to sickness. That is why you cannot see people that are living in correct environment being sick every time. It is people in ghetto, people that are living in correct environment. If they are sick, it's things like weakness, things like gymming, things like maybe it is sickness inherited. It is not like a kind of sickness of headache because of sun, because of rainfall, because of all those kind of things, because they have already protected themselves and some of those things. That is why developed nations live longer. Lifespan of Nigeria is 42, 43 years. So lifespan means that if you live 50 years, you are living somebody's 7 years. If the lifespan is 42 years, 43 years. If you live 50 years, you are living another person 7 years. So that is the meaning of lifespan of Nigeria. But lifespan in USA, Canada, all those kind of places, their lifespan is 82, 78. Those are their lifespan. So they are expected to live 82, 78 averagely. But in Nigeria, our lifespan, yes. As at last year, our lifespan was 50. It was high. It was high because of all this. There was taming of the society because of coronavirus. About last year and our lifespan has increased. So that was it. So today, there is problem everywhere. And we must decide to begin to confront all this problem to solve societal problem. So God said, let your kingdom come on earth and let your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. Another question that we answer is, what is the kingdom of God coming on earth? What is done in heaven? We have said this numerously, but we are still going to look at it again. Revelation chapter 21 verse 4. And God shall wipe away all tears. In the verse 3, was talking about the kingdom of God from their eyes. And there shall be no more death. Nobody will die again. Nobody will die infant. You know, the Bible says a child shall die 100 years. So nobody will die again. We will only translate. Nobody will die. Jesus Christ came and died early so that we will die old. We prepare yourself. So that is why I was teaching the other time that look for a job that will make you 120. You are still relevant in the job. That is why I was talking that thing that day. Because you are going to live very, very old if you are a child of God, especially if you are listening to me. So he said, there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, neither crying, neither shall there be any more pain. There shall be no more death, neither sorrow, neither crying. This is talking about Nigeria, the cutting of people's head, the crying of our young girls because they don't have money to eat. They follow Yahoo guys. Yahoo guys begin to cut their head. Yahoo guys begin to cut their breasts. So this is just what we are talking. And those Yahoo guys are not even to be blamed. I know somebody that if the person see just 2,000 naira in a week, somebody who will be giving him 2,000 naira in a week, he will stop Yahoo. The person, I know somebody who is telling me that, please, how can I see somebody who will assist me small? Just small for me to just have transport to go and look for work. For me to just have money to go and take Okada for hire purchase and be driving. And nobody can even give this person even 5,000 naira or assist this person. And this person is resorting to Yahoo. So even the people killing people deserve pity. Even the people that are being killed too deserve pity. Everybody in Nigeria just deserve pity. Ladies and gentlemen, this should not continue. So Revelation told us about this what is it called? This characteristics of heaven. There shall be no more death, no tears, no sorrow, only pleasure, only everlasting joy forevermore. Another verse said, joy everlasting. Another verse said, so that is what we are talking about today. Now let's change gear. We are about to change gear. How can we make it come to reality? Now remember, Jesus Christ. Do you know who Jesus Christ is? Jesus Christ is somebody who cannot pray a prayer and the prayer will not come to pass. Abi? Remember, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And John was saying that I see the Word coming, and he was talking about Jesus Christ. Saul was saying, I see the Word coming, the image and the likelihood of the Son of God. And so that means God, Jesus Christ, was the Word that created heaven and earth. That means that there is nothing, because everything that God said, let there be, everything was coming to be. Everything that God said, let there be, everything was coming to be. So Jesus Christ actually now pray a prayer. The one that was saying, let there be, everything was coming to be, now pray a prayer. I said that your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. Father, Lord, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, let thy kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth here as it is done in heaven. And we have seen the will of God. So, how do we make it come real? That is our next question. I like us to know one thing in trying to make the will of God to be done here on earth. No more death, no more sorrow, no more this. I like us to know something. It is because I am operating like human being. That is why I am human being. You only know that I am human being because I am operating in some laws that make me human. You only know that I'm human because I'm doing like human being. If I am standing like a tree, I would have been called a tree, isn't it? I only know that you are a boy because you have some futures that you are a boy. If you were like a girl, so it is actually law for you and I to operate that shows that you and I are human beings. So the question is, what is the law that you and I should operate to be in the heavenlies? So you see, if I go to government, if I want to become politician, I need to do some certain laws for me to become governor of Osun State. It is laws that you and I will do that will make us operate in the heavenlies. The question is, what is the law? What is the law that you and I should do? Because it is only law that will translate to that characteristics of heavenlies. It is only law, what you and I can be doing, what you, my viewers, can be doing, that will make us to be like God. If we begin to do things like God, we begin to operate like God. Hallelujah. They said that the day that in my mother language, this is something. They used to say that in my father language, ẹran tó bá bá ajá rìn yóò run ìgbẹ́. They used to say that goats that walk with dog would eat shit or will be smelling shit too. If you and I begin to operate in the law of God, we will become like God. So the question now is, let's go fast. What is the law of God? Matthew chapter, I think it's here. It talk about, let me quote it if I cannot remember it again. That verse of the Bible is talking about Matthew chapter 22 verse 34, 535. Let's go and read it. It's talking about one law that covers the whole law. It's talking about one law that covers the whole law. Matthew chapter 22. Matthew 22 verse 35. It's talking about one law that covers the whole law. But when the Pharisees heard that, Matthew chapter 22 verse 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou wilt love thy neighbor as thyself. The second is like it. That is, the second is exactly like it. You know, Peter was confused. Peter think that love of God means to love your church. Peter now asked God that, God, what should I do? God said, love. Peter, do you love me? Feed your poor people. Feed the poor people. Peter, do you love me? Feed the poor people. So that is what we are talking about this morning. That is the law that we all of us need to operate to begin to flow in the heavenlies. If we all operate in the law of God, we will flow in the heavenlies. In fact, if you are following this channel, you will know that love is everything. But let's go ahead and see one verse. One very fast verse. Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13. We want to go ahead and see one verse that is talking about love being everything. Romans chapter 13 verse 10. Love work no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of all laws. All heavenly laws. Love is fulfilling it. He said, and that knowing, he said, love work no ill, and that knowing that the time is now, and knowing the night is spent. Sorry, 8. Would no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet, and thou shalt not. It is briefly, if there is any commandment, the verse of Father, and if there is any other commandment, it is briefly comprehend in this saying, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Romans chapter 13 verse 9. If there is any commandment again, you see, the law of Moses bring a lot of commandment repete, commandment plenty, reach 30. So people begin to become few in heaven. Only one person will be righteous in the whole of the kingdom. Only one person like Moses will be the only righteous person. Nobody again will be clean. So Jesus Christ now come and die for the redemption of soul, and now make all the whole law to be one. That law is love. That law is love. And it is love that will solve all the human problem, including sickness that we are talking about. All your human problem will be solved by love. Romans chapter 8. Let's see the problem that love can solve. Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature wait for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subjected to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who had subjected the same in hope, because the creature itself shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption. Bondage. everything will be failing, from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the. For I know that the whole creation groan and travail in pain together until now. Any groaning, any travail, any pain, any cry, let's see the solution though. For we know that the whole creation groan and travail in pain together until now, and not only that they, but they also which have the first fruit of the Spirit. That is where we are going, the first fruit of the Spirit. Now if you go to Galatians chapter 6, you will see that the first fruit of the Spirit is love. So the first fruit of the Spirit can solve all the whole human groaning. The Bible said the whole creation. So even animal, trees, love, you and I loving each other will solve all the whole groaning of the whole creation. Lebo sakotaba meniedika kikpa inomo evunodobo kai meniedika kikpa inomo. One of my Igbo brothers sing, if una no come from the same tribe, that doesn't matter. Tell it doesn't matter. Show your love, whoa. If you never see una self before, that doesn't matter, brother. It doesn't matter. Show your love, whoa. If you show your love, love go dey follow you, love go dey follow you, anywhere you go. Love go dey follow. It's like it's Oliver Okoku. The day that I will see that music, every day we'll be hearing it in this, because I've searched it. Now, love will do everything, but as we begin to bring this message to an end, let's now go ahead and see how can love express. Because when we talk about love now, some people can think that, oh, love means that I should love my pastor and his wife, because that is the only love that Nigeria. No, everybody else in the church is winch. Everybody else in the church is winch. It's only pastor and his wife that are not winch. Only pastor and his wife that prophecy have not picked that. Because the pastor will say your neighbor, somebody sitting beside you, somebody doing like this, somebody drinking the same water with you, somebody doing like this is winch, is the one standing as your this thing. But God said that we should love even our enemy. But pastor said no, don't love them, pray for them to die. But your pastor bring everything to them and his children. So let's go and see one aspect by which love can express, and that aspect is called charity. Charity means giving. The greatest way for love to express, if you say you love giving, for God so loved the world and he gave. Giving is the greatest. Even God wanted to express his love. There was no way God that know everything, they wanted to express his love. There was no way he could do it other than to give his only best. The greatest lover of human give his best. So love is giving. So love is charity. And that is why we are going to be digressing into charity organization, which is called foundation. In our modern English, charity is called foundation. So we are going to be digressing a little bit as we begin to bring this message to an end on the purpose. What is foundation? What do I stand to benefit starting a foundation? Next week, we will talk about how to raise money for your foundation. Glory to God. Next week, please don't miss, subscribe to this channel, because next week I will be teaching you on how to raise money for your foundation. But today we are just going to go about why should you start a foundation, so that our message will not be long. Listen to me. The reason why you should come to this channel next week, Sunday, is that we started a foundation. Within 1 year, we are able to raise money in 3 currencies: pounds, dollars, and naira. Pounds, dollars, and naira. The money was over 500,000 naira that we raised just within 1 year of starting the foundation. So by next week, I'm going to be teaching you how I did it, because I am the capital player. I am the vice president. I'm the one running up and down. But then the president is Bolaji, the one sponsoring, the one doing all those things, the one providing the financial aid. The Baba is Ale, the Baron is Bolaji Oyekon. But I'm the one like the engine, the machines of the team. So I'm writing a book. Listen, something is about to happen, because poverty must stop in this nation. Now let's go ahead and read that verse of the Bible that God talk about charity being the greatest among every way to express love. giving. But of course, it's not, when we are talking about giving, it's not only money. You don't visualize money when we are talking about giving. But God gave his only begotten son. Was that not more than billions of naira? So we're talking about giving. Don't begin to look at money, only money, but look at money too. Now let's see where God is talking about that. Though I speak in the tongue of men and of angels. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels, and have no charity, I am become as sounding brass. Listen. He said, though I speak in the tongue of angel, it's like sounding brass. That is, it's like grass blowing without charity, without love. Because love is the greatest in heavenlies. For you to operate in the heavenlies, love is the greatest. That is why this verse is saying that though I speak in tongues like angel, even with angel, it will be like grass, sounding brass. It will be like brass. The voice will be useless. The speaking in tongues will be useless until there is charity. Let's continue. And have no charity, though I speak with tongue of men and of angels, and have no charity, I have become as sounding brass, or as tinkling cymbals. Verse 2. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries, wow, and all knowledge, woo, and though I have all faith, wow, so that I could remove mountain, and have no charity, I am nothing. I have all faith. Now faith is, I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me. That is faith. What is faith? God said, if you believe, you can do everything. Faith is even if you are God. Remember, God said that to man this is not impossible, but to God all things will be possible. Abi? To man this is not possible. That is, man cannot do something, but to God all things are possible. And then God now said, if you believe, all things are possible. So faith, if you believe, which is faith, believe is faith. It means that faith can translate you from human being to God, because with men this is not possible. But if you believe, all things are possible. So the only variable there is belief, for you to become like God, for you to be translated like God. Now listen. So God is saying that even if you are God and you have no love, it's nothing. Even if you are God, remember that verse, this word that I'm saying is even true in Psalm chapter 82. He said, God stand in the congregation of man and he judges among men. How shall you judge unjustly? You were God, but you will turn to men. You will die uselessly because you did not know that poor and the fatherless are the greatest. Because you did not do justice to the poor. Because you did not do justice to the afflicted. He said that heaven will begin to shake because poor people and sick people and disabled people are abandoned. Because poor people and sick people and disabled, earth will begin to shake. People will not be able to leave their house again. People will be afraid of people cutting their head. This one will be afraid of this one cutting their head. This one will be afraid of this one cutting their head. The society will be in trauma where there is no love. Like I told you, I know somebody who said, if you can be giving me little money, if I can see somebody who give me little money as support, I will not go into crime. And the person is mellowing in crime. He's about to learn even terrible crime, but nobody to help. And he's going about going to church, 5, 6 church. Nobody's willing to help. And now the person is learning how to go into crime. Only God will save us. Only God will save us. That is why love will solve all the whole problem. Now if the person go into crime and begin to kill person, that is another problem in society. But love will save everything. Love will save everything. Love will... Mokobuyo odagade uyo abankedi okotowo apaimo etienemi mbonba yembonukunko yefembiomo mufo nonsong. That song is simply saying that the only people that God calls is weak and sick people. Come to me, all ye that labor. That song is translating that verse. Come to me, all ye that labor, and I will give you rest. All ye that are sick and weak and old, all those kind of people. I am calling you. That is the reason why I blessed you, for you to bless them. For I will bless you so that you can be a blessing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go quick and talk about 20 reasons why you should start a foundation. Because love, okay, let's finish that verse. Let's finish that verse. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. Look at this. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. This is the place that really interests me. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. And though I give my body to be born. And I have no charity, it profit me nothing. This is the real place that our topic today comes forth. He said, though I give all my body to be born. And I do everything, I even kill myself for the poor. And I have no charity. So what is charity then? It is talking about charity organization. It's talking about building capacity such that even if you die, your foundation will still keep helping people. It's talking about charity organization. The charity that God is talking about here is not only me helping people. He's talking about calling people, organize helping. Because he said, though I give my body, though I give all my money, though I give everything, it profit me little, because I do it just one time and I did not continue to do it again. And I did not organize other people to continue to do it. So he said, charity. Now let's read that verse again. I have not seen one person since I was born that understand that verse. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be born, and I have no charity organization. And I will go and look at why does God prefer to use that word charity. And he's talking about giving. And now he jumped a little bit to charity. So what is charity then? Where is charity different from giving a little bit? Charity simply means you doing it in organized way. You having law, having constitution, employing somebody, dedicating your entire life towards helping the masses, gathering people to form an organization. So God is saying that if you give everybody something and you do not continue to give, it profited nothing. If I really burn your body and you die, poor people will still continue to plenty. But establish a charitable organization so that you will combat these problems in the end. So that you will fight until the kingdom of earth become like heaven. That is when it profits you. You will establish organization so that you will fight for the kingdom of earth to become the kingdom of heaven. As we begin to go to an end, let's now go and mention 20 reasons why you should have a foundation. 20 reasons why you should have a foundation. This is from Google. I saw this from Google, so I am going to be juxtaposing it with Bible because it is not like directly like that. Make a difference. Starting a foundation can allow you to make a positive impact in your community and beyond. In your community and your positive impact. You know, there are two ways you could impact your society. Is that positive or negative? There is no neutral. No, I am not doing anything. Positive impact. Charity organization is the only way that could make a positive impact. Number two, help fellow human. A foundation can be a powerful way to help those in need and make a difference in their life. A foundation can empower you to help those in need. The question is, how do you make money to now begin to help people? Next week, in the whole world, we are like one of the best foundations that raise money. Within 1 year, a foundation that is not registered, no credibility, we did not do anything, yet we raise money apart from Oyecom back distribution. So next week, I'll be teaching you how to raise money for your foundation. But today, let's go and see, why should you start a foundation? Change lives. Number 3 means change lives. Starting a foundation, you have the potential to change the lives of many people from better. Also, by starting a foundation, you can empower people and organizations to take action and make a difference in their community. You can give people power. You can give people authority to take action and change their community. Number 4, create a legacy. Starting a foundation can be a way to create a lasting legacy that will benefit your future generation. Your children will come and be enjoying foundation. Foundation will go to your posterity. Foundation cannot erase with your name. Foundation, if you register your foundation, still forever. still forever your foundation will be there. If you have built house for your foundation, so for poor people, still forever the house will still be there. So foundation is for the future generation. If you have helped somebody, still forever you have helped somebody to poverty, that person too now help another person, still forever that thing will be there. Create a legacy. Improve the world. Lebo sakata. Improve the world. A foundation will help you. This is the main reason why you and I should start a foundation. Improve the world. A foundation can be a vehicle for improving the world, whether by addressing environmental issues, social problems, or challenges. What is social problem? We talk about examination malpractices. You can set up a foundation to address that problem. We talk about prostitution. That is social problem. Social problem simply means any problem that more than two, that many people started it, many people are operating it, and many people can hand it. So that is social problem. Social problem have different approach to its definition. So foundation can do it. So when we talk about cultism is social problem. Cultism was an organization that one person started it, Wole Soyinka in Nigeria. And then cultism have plenty people. You need plenty people to stop it. And then cultism is operated by plenty people. We talk about give back to your community. Your community give you air to breathe. Your community give you the house that you were born. It's not you that have it. Community give it to you. So you have to give back to the community. The people who are even assisting you, who teach you, who do all those things, it's not the community give them to you. So you have to road all those things. Community give them to you. So you to give back to community. Spread awareness. A foundation can help to raise awareness about important issues and encourage others to take action. Yes, this is a very good advantage of starting a foundation. You don't know what to do, but I can educate you to begin to know that, so people in prison don't have food to eat. A foundation can create awareness so that for people to know that, so I didn't know that there is no even bed to sleep in the prison. I didn't know that they used to eat beans with sand. I didn't know that there is no even clean water to drink. So another person can say, well, let me provide clean water. Mobilize resources. Another advantage of foundation is to mobilize resources. By starting a foundation, you can mobilize resources to address pressing issues and make a real difference. What is mobilization of resources? You collect from rich people, you give it to the poor. Mobilize resources. You make resources move. So you are standing in the gap of collecting from rich people and helping poor. So that is mobilization of resources. Bring people together. A foundation can be a way to bring people together around a common cause and build a sense of community. Of course, you bring people together. You can bring people together. You can bring society together. For instance, we want to help disabled people in Iwo and in Lagos. So we need to bring them together. So now they are friends. So for instance, we too now, we want to help people in Iwo. We need to get to know them. We need to know them. So it brings people together. Foundation. So foundation is so important. We need to bring people together. Even countries, foundation can bring countries together. Not only people. Now let's go and see. Create partnership. Starting a foundation can help you to build partnership with like-minded people, of course. So you may meet another foundation and create partnership with them, and that will foster your development. Foster innovation. A foundation can support innovation approach to solving problems and encourage creativity and new ways of thinking. Why do people kill their new ways of thinking? Because nobody to sponsor them. Why do people kill initiative? Because nobody to sponsor them. If you have money to give one person, other people will begin to think higher. Sponsor somebody to create this fan today. Tomorrow, some people will begin to create aeroplane. So it promotes innovation. Catalyze change. By starting a foundation, you can catalyze change and help to create a better world. You can cause change. It's a foundation that discovered coronavirus solution. Address root cause. Of course, this is the greatest way that our foundation is doing. Address root cause of problem. You see, individual cannot have money to address the entire problem. It takes a foundation to now go ahead and begin to address root cause. Because, for instance, now I am doing teaching. We are writing a book. Please, I'd like you to know that Oyekon Foundation is about to release a book. So do everything to get it. We have already finished part 1 and part 2. So do everything to get it. We are writing a book to tackle the root cause, to tackle even things, not just giving 200 naira and not checking the problem from the root. That is what that book is doing. A book on our foundation. Promote education. Of course, foundation can promote education and research. If you discover something, foundation can promote it. We talk about education. Let me elaborate small. It can also support research, importance issue, and generate, research. We are talking about research in all field of endeavor. If you, Bill Gates and Melinda are doing greatly in that sponsoring of research. So foundation can also do it. Promote. Of course, you can support education directly by giving scholarship, just like what we did last month. We give people scholarship, special scholarship to go and study in UK, to go and study in universities in Nigeria. We pick 3 states in the old Nigeria, and we give them. Encourage collaboration. A foundation can encourage collaboration between different countries, organizations, and individuals. So that is it. Let's go. Support social justice. A foundation can be a way to support social justice by taking from the rich and giving to the poor, and help to address systematic inequality. You see inequality everywhere. Some few people are enjoying, and other people are not enjoying. A foundation can stand as a gap, thereby making that inequality. To the gap between the poor and the rich is too much. Respond to crisis. A foundation can be a way to respond to crisis and provide relief to those in need. Of course, if there is maybe like rainfall and water carry some people, a foundation that have aeroplane could just go and begin to extricate people out of that danger. When there was killing in some place in Borno, it was foundation that go and build house for the people who run away to be able to secure, and foundation put soldier there for protection. Support entrepreneur. Of course, if you have new idea to start business, foundation can support you. So all of these things make person strongly desire to want to start a foundation. Create jobs. Of course, foundation create jobs directly and indirectly itself. By supporting entrepreneur, you are creating job. You Gongo, you can create job by yourself. I know of a foundation that employs 2,000 people in my research as I am writing the book. Now, foster social responsibility. A foundation can help to foster social responsibility and encourage individuals and organizations to act in the best interest of the community. It encourages individuals to begin to become patriotic, to begin to love the poor, to begin to love sick people, a foundation can stand as a gap to encourage government to begin to help poor people, to begin to love poor people, to begin to see the need to help them. And that is another foundation. Support the art. A foundation can support art and culture, of course. People dancing, people demonstrating Samasoi, people doing the foundation can support art and culture. Another thing that foundation can do, foster civil engagement. A foundation can foster civil engagement by encouraging people to involve in community service. Foundation can encourage people that if you see bottle on the road, pick it and throw it away. If you see something bad, just try to take effect. If you see somebody beating somebody, try to share them or try to call police. Foundation can serve as education in that aspect, to orientate society, to foster civil engagement. Number 23, which is the last one. Support public health. A foundation can sponsor public health where people go and get injection. Number 23, provide disaster relief. A foundation can provide disaster relief and help to rebuild community affected. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are going to stop. So we have started this topic called sickness. So Jesus Christ said, I was sick and you visited me. That is why you enter heaven. So this is talking about, we are talking generally on sickness, disability, helping foundation. So tomorrow, next week, we are going to be going deeply on disability. Our sickness will span on disability, majorly. Disability, people without hand, people without physical disability, we have intellectual disability, we have mental disability, we have academic disability. All will be tackled one by one. Thank you very much. I love you so much. Share this message. Share to the left, share to the right, and try to comment. Tell me what to do. I am open-minded. I will welcome your comment, and you will see me take some changes with respect. In fact, I will read it and tell you the changes that we will take in our next program. Thank you very much. God bless. I remain your lovely friend, Oyekan Oluwole Basi. Thanks. Bye for now.